I'm going to stand here because I'm really short and I like to see people. Can you see me? Now let me tell you that that Asian people of my generation are not creative. And here's an example. We are great at throwing up buildings, at throwing up streets, at throwing up cities, but we cannot think of names for places. So we give places labels. What is the central part of Hong Kong called? It is called Central. If you draw a map of Central and you find the central point of Central, you will find a building. And can anybody guess what the name of that building is? Central Building. Opposite Central Building, there is a new building, a tower. And that tower, can you guess what that tower is called? Central Tower. Nearby is also Commercial Building, which is a commercial building. But we also have a body of water. We have the harbour. And our harbour is called the harbour. New York has the Hudson, London has the Thames, but we have the harbour. Hong Kong has skyscrapers, just like London has skyscrapers, New York has skyscrapers, but only Hong Kong has a skyscraper called skyscraper. Occasionally, we think, I'm talking about Asians of my generation, we think, we can be creative like those Westerners. We can use an adjective. So we use an adjective on our building names, which is why in Hong Kong you'll find a building called Greenish Building. Unfortunately, Greenish Building is white. Not far from Greenish Building, there is a building called Newish Building. Now, Newish Building is very old. And it wasn't very accurate when it was brand new either. Not far from Newish Building, we have another building, it's called Adjoining Building. But the one next door is going to be knocked down. So what do they call it now? Now, this is the restaurant where I have lunch every day. In Electric Road, the quite good Chinese restaurant. And if you pick up the menu, the signature dish of the quite good Chinese restaurant is... Wait for it. Quite good noodles. And I can tell you this is accurate because these noodles are not great. Quite good is about the nicest you can say about them. My favourite restaurant in Hong Kong has closed down. It was a vegetarian restaurant and it was called... Vegetarian? Correct. Vegetarian restaurant. If you went into vegetarian restaurant, all the waitresses had a name tag just here. And every name tag said, waitress. And the name tags served to differentiate the girls from the fish and the plants and the furniture. So of course, I'm being very mean about Asians of my generation, but Asians are very capable, as you can see. There is nothing we cannot shift on the back of a truck or a bicycle. So we have our own kind of resourcefulness. Here's another example. We have our own products. Only in Asia can you buy diet water. Half the calories of regular water, but with all the taste. Only in Asia can you see signs like this. Now you can see in Chinese, it tells you not to fall into the water, but in English, it gives you the opposite message. Fall into the water carefully. Many Asian signposts actually reveal the Asian way of thinking. We do not like to confront problems. We like to go round problems. And we are too busy being horrible to our children. In Asia, we are allowed to be sexist. So you can see with this sign, all drivers are male and all gossipers are female. And this sign appears in India. So you are still allowed to be sexist, you Westerners who are visiting. This is a sign from a zoo in India. don't believe in rebirth, you risk going near the tiger cage. And finally, this is a sign from Japan. Occasionally our signs are rather philosophical. Today is under construction. Please be understanding. You think it's just spelling mistakes, but sometimes it's really rather deep. And in the meantime, if you are having a horrible day, I did collect a slide with a man with the world's worst job. He has to hold the targets for the soldiers who aren't very good at shooting, so they can get more practice. So my message is that our generations of Asians have not been creative. You guys, save us, please.